is the day, this is the day that the Lord has made. Oh! Here we go. This is the day, this is the day that the Lord has made, that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day, this is the day that the Lord has made. All right, we're getting warmed up now. You're sounding great. And one more time. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Oh, I will rejoice and be glad in it, and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. Oh, I will rejoice and be glad in it. Woo! This is the day, this is the day that the Lord has made.
Well, thank heavens it was only Megan going to have to hit that high note there. So, happy Mother's Day. We welcome you to Unity on this beautiful, beautiful spring day. It's a pleasure to see each and every one of you here today celebrating Sunday with us. Before we get rolling, let's make sure that we turn our phones to silent meditation mode. And if you want to take this opportunity to check in on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you check in, that's great. You can do that during the service. Just keep the phone on silent. We thank you for that. Each Sunday, we come together to celebrate our oneness with each other and with God. We welcome people of every culture, every lifestyle, every creed, and we honor all the many paths to God, the many names for God, and the many ways in which each of us experience God. Whatever your path and wherever you are on it, you're exactly where you're supposed to be, and you're glad you're here with us today. We're grateful for the presence of God within each of us and for the expression of love and truth and joy in our lives. Today we join with people around the world sharing Unity's daily word. It is, appropriately enough, motherly love. I bless all mothers with my prayers. Nurturing and caring for another living being is a sacred activity. Today, I take the opportunity to give thanks for all who have shared unconditional love and acceptance with me. A mother can be anyone who takes on a role of caring for a child, whether that person is a biological or adoptive parent, another relative, a teacher, or a friend. The most important aspect in being a mother is to love and care for a child unconditionally. Patience and compassion are mainstays for these expressions of love in action. Just as caring mothers hold loved ones in their arms, so too I hold them in my prayers. And from Ephesians we read, "Honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with a promise, so that they may be well with you and you will live long on the earth." And for those of you anybody that might have a struggle or a challenge with Mother's Day, for any reason at all, just know that your community, your family, holds you in our hearts. You can have your copy of the Daily Word for Serenity Moments all week long. You can get those at the information desk. We have the May-June issues available in regular or large print, should you be one of the folks that might be needing something like that. And let's welcome Reverend Heidi.
Good morning. Yes, my gosh, what a day. And happy Mother's Day, and thank you for loving yourself enough to get to this community that loves you while you learn to love yourself. We call this our community of light, love, and laughter, our home on Thome, and we just invite you to feel at home here, to really experience home as a place you just get to be who you are. Just feel that sense of there's not one thing you need to change about yourself to be amazing and experience that divinity within. So let's just take a moment to close our eyes and center into this amazing energy of this particularly wonderful moment in this fantastic community. I'd like you to reflect on the chair has been waiting for you. You are here by divine appointment. The universe truly is plotting for your good at all times. And so we relax into the grandness of this day that honors mothers, celebrates motherhood. And perhaps it's the birthing of a new consciousness when we come down to the even deeper meaning. And to recognize the love that has always supported you. And I'd like you to reflect for a moment on the people that have loved you in your life. And if it was your biological mother or a parent, that's wonderful. But I'd like you to also reflect on teachers and friends, a minister, a pet. Just to feel how loved you've been. Someone taught you to walk, someone taught you to talk, someone reminded you who you are. And then as you fill yourself up with how amazing it is to even be loved as much as we are by Mother Earth, that is blossoming with spring and this sense of loving you. And from that fullness, we recognize how we are a channel to give that love in the world. That we all have this mothering and caretaking and caregiving aspect when we know the love that we are. And reflect on those that you love and that you are able to be present for. And this sense of this community, if one or two of us were here, it would not be nearly as powerful as the many, many that come. So just feel how blessed you are to be here. And no matter what's happening in your life, you are loved and you are lovable. And that is the truth. So we breathe into that sense of God in action. And if you repeat after me, I am. God is. We are. And all is well. And breathe into that truth. So beautiful. And we do want to honor mothers today, and there's many ways that mothering happens. So we'll start with the idea of being a mother or an adoptive mother before, not a grandmother yet, not a great grandmother yet. So this is if you are a mom or an adoptive mom, and would you please stand? We have sunflowers for all the great moms here. Yes. So here we go. Yeah. Fantastic. I know ushers are going to be on roller skates today. All right. So you all keep standing because the next we're going to honor is grandmothers. And let's see here. All right. So when we have all right. Does everybody have a flower? All right, man, we're looking beautiful. Okay. So why don't you all have a seat for a moment? And then let's see. So do we have any grandmothers here with us right now this morning? So if y'all will stand. And maybe you've been yes, I know I may not have explained this so well, but it's okay. So if you're a grandmother, you can just, or you haven't stood yet, get a flower. Yep, all right. And then I'll have you all have a seat for just a minute to see if we have any great grandmothers in our midst. Yes, all right, very nice. I see a great Gloria. Radha. And then, I think we have with Anne. Anne are you a great-grandmother? Yeah, I mean, great's happening. Is it two times? Great? Oh my, woo! Right? So, welcome, Anne. And what about Lily over here? How many greats are you, Lily? She's a great, yep, all right. Now, we have mothers of pets. And mothers of ideas, all right? So all the rest of mothers, yes, all the rest of you ladies stand up, yes. Woo! All right. We're celebrating that female spirit. How are we? Okay, like I said, we have other flowers. You guys are going to be running. Okay, Peter, I think we have some more. All right. It's a madhouse of motherhood. This is great. All right. So, yeah, mothers of Mary, did you get a flower? Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. So, yay. All right. So, we're as we are at Unity, we're making motherhood work for everyone, right? Because it is all about love. And love is who we are. So, we're going to start with lighting our candle. That is this light of God within, representing that light of God. So, I'd invite you to put your hand on your heart, and you could think again about this way you've been loved in your life and how you are a channel of love in the world. And if you repeat after me, I am the light of the world. Together, I am the light of the world. And because we ignite that then in others, please look at your neighbor, just two of your neighbors, and you are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. You're 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 the light of the world. What's your name? Phil. Welcome. Oh my gosh. That was an experience. All right. And then when we're sending this out to all creatures all over this planet, let's rub our hands together. We're sending that light out all over the world. And let's just put our hands up and we say, we are the light of the world, sending it to everybody together. We are the light of the world. Wow, that's powerful. All right, so let's breathe that in. And we're going to take a moment because, as Brian said earlier, we're all family here. It is so exciting to experience the oneness of folks that you may not have met yet, and you can see that God in their eyes, and it ignites something even more in you. So we're going to stand and say, I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad you're part of my family. All right? So let's stand up and say that to one another. All right. And I also want to honor you men that are mothers. We're just kind of doing a women's thing today. All right. Come back on Father's Day. We'll get you. So anyway, and I want to thank my mom is here, Mom Maureen. Yes. Sarah Bibick yelled from the parking lot, you did well with raising her. How did you do that? And Mother goes, I just kept praying. All right, so, all right. Thanks for keeping it clean. I appreciate it. All right, so this is a great day. All right, so we really are so blessed to have a gal with us today that I love calling the mother of music, because she is really, not only is she a singer, she's a songwriter, and I'll just tell you just a little bit about her. She was born in Crystal Lake to an Irish Catholic family with 9 theatrically inspired children. God bless your mother, right? And Megan was inspired to play the guitar and sing after watching the Beatles on Ed Sullivan, and she wrote her first song at age 11. And by 17, she was opening with such folks as John Denver, Steve Martin, Harry Chapin. She's performed on stages such as Carnegie Hall and Cellar Door. We're so glad you're here with us. Yes. Carnegie Hall, we got it going on. Megan is known best for her work as an inaugural member of the folk group, the Four Bitchin' Babes. which allowed her wit and folk sensibilities to comment on the ups and downs of everyday life. To date, Megan has 13 solo albums to her credit and is best known for her song Amazing Things, which we'll do today. And Megan classifies her music as folk cabaret, citing her love of theater and jazz as the reason for the unusual mix. She will be out in the Sunshine Gallery afterward. I always like to say these CDs are hers now, but they could be yours. Yes. And in addition to her singing career, Megan has also had an acclaimed acting career. She receives rave reviews for playing Patsy Cline and Always Patsy Cline, and has appeared in Pump Boys and Dinettes, and was recently seen in Forever Prime in the Viaduct Theater in Chicago. Let's give a warm welcome to Megan McDonough. We love you. You're so precious. Oh, God, I love you.
It's always great to be at my home on Thome. When Heidi invited me to come today, it was like Mother's Day. My mom made her transition in October at 103. Yes, amazing. And I would have liked one more day and one more Scrabble game. Here's what I know. Once I had a child, I could let my mom off the hook for a lot of stuff. So this is a song about that relationship, which I think is the most intense. Maybe my mom was on my side, or she was just my ride. It was the turn of the karmic tide. We were one, then I was born. I've carried these bones for far too long. They've haunted the words of my every song. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. I got along, and it made me strong. Can we let it go and admit we may never know? Can it be a mystery? If not for Freud, then for me. Who's gonna ever know they're dead? And all the dreams he had. Yes, he was good, no, he was bad when he dared be just a man. Earth to the earth and dust to dust. Wind and the rain gonna give you rust. Will my heart ever learn to trust instead of try to know why? Can we let it go and surrender to the undertow? Can it be a mystery? If not for young, then for me. I'm sorry, not even God can change the past. I'm sorry, I couldn't make your childhood last forever, forever. Maybe my mom was on my side, or she was just my ride. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Megan. Beautiful. That song is called Karmic Ride. Perfect for a Unity Church. Mother's Day, karmic ride. It's great. Yeah, I wonder about letting our moms off the hook. I wonder about letting ourselves off the hook. All right? This idea of who we're supposed to be, who mothers are supposed to be, who parents are supposed to be, who children are supposed to be. Right? What a load. You know, Jesus said, "Come to me, all ye that are having heavy laden, and I will refresh you." And that's what the spiritual message and path is about, is being refreshed and also noticing how we carry this load of shoulds and needing to be other than we are. Okay, I'm going to tell you a very profound story. You might have heard it before, but it's so profound it should be told again. John invites his mother over for dinner. During the meal, his mother can't notice how pretty John's roommate is. Then over the course of the evening, while watching the two interact, she starts to wonder if there's more between John and the roommate than meets the eye. Reading his mom's thoughts, John pulls his mother aside and says, "I know what you may be thinking, but I assure you, Jennifer and I are just roommates." About a week later, Jennifer says to John, "Ever since your mother came to dinner, I've been unable to find the silver gravy ladle. You don't suppose she took it, do you?" John says, "Well, I doubt it, but I'll write her an email just to be sure." So he sits down at his computer and writes, "Dear Mother, I'm not saying you did take the gravy ladle, and I'm not saying you didn't take the gravy ladle, but the fact remains, one has been missing ever since you came here for dinner." Later that day, John receives an email from his mother, and it reads, "Dear son, I'm not saying that you do sleep with Jennifer, and I'm not saying that you don't sleep with Jennifer, but the fact remains that if she was sleeping in her own bed, she would have found the gravy ladle by now." Love, Mom. Those tricksters. Yes. Yeah. It's a funny world, needing to protect your mother from yourself, right? And it's a funny world, I'm sure, being a mother. I have a Pomeranian, so usually she kind of does what she's supposed to do. But it's a funny world watching young people. You're certainly, if you're a parent or have the young people that you raise, watch them evolve and not needing them to be something other than what you want them to be. It is our opportunity to know love better. That at the core of motherhood, of parenting, of relationships is love. And what we're exploring in our journey called the Mastery of Self, and we refer to this book just lightly in a way because the idea is that that's what every spiritual master was teaching, is how to be a master, how to know mastery. And I don't know if any of us would say, I'm a master of this love thing, but I certainly think we'd like to become more skilled. I love the Buddhists say that. I need more skills rather than I can't do this. So we're moving from the idea of conditional love to unconditional love. And conditional love is a lot of what we've learned, right? Did anybody ever say to you, if you take out the trash, I'll love you? Or if you make good grades, you're a good girl or a good boy. If you are quiet, you're better. If you follow the rules, I'll be nice to you. And if you don't follow the rules, I'm going to be mad at you. All right, so we can see that that conditional love, I think when we think about managing, certainly a family or a household, certainly makes sense. But I wonder if there's something greater and deeper to love that could be, no matter how you behave, I can still love you. Right? That love is this constant. Love is. Love is like God is. There isn't love is and all of a sudden it goes away. It's that love is, we can certainly talk about behaviors in relationships, that works for this relationship, but that doesn't. But that love could be something that could be unconditional. We talk in Unity about physical and metaphysical. And the idea of physical being this experience of the facts, the way it is, and that metaphysical is really beyond the five senses and what we could call spiritual or even mystical. The way that when you can think of any relationship that's had challenges, when you go beyond the need to be resentful or mad or make somebody wrong, and you become more interested in what that relationship is teaching you, something really amazing starts to happen. And so I'd like to look at this. I have a chart. Yes, for those of you that like charts, that we have conditional love being the physical manifestation of what you already know, and then unconditional love being this metaphysical truth. All right? So then the facts, like this person hurt me, I have a story around this person being bad, kind of moves over to a truth. I wonder if there's a greater truth, maybe about how that person was raised, and perhaps that's the reason they treat me the way they treat me. A story this person's had that I know nothing about, but I'm judging them only in our relationship. So there may be a greater truth. That rather than what is learned, this is what I know, that maybe we're going to create something new. We do that all the time in community. We do that all the time in our staff meetings. People go, how's this going to go? I'm like, we're making it up. How do you want it to go? Let's talk about it, right? They look very upset at first, and then they move. Then we do it. That there's a denseness to physical. That there's a bone, blood, skin thing about the body. But the idea of lightness comes when we start to learn a truer nature of love. When you've experienced forgiveness, when you've experienced another level of dealing with relationships, there's a lightness. We go from restrictions, a lot of rules, to be in my life, you've got to be this way and that way, to a sense of freedom. How do we create this relationship? How do we create this family? How do we sit around and have conversations? I know Mom and I, we had some family therapy. Yes, we did. And there was this book that came out called I'm Okay, You're Okay. And she kept walking around going, I'm okay, you're okay. I'm like, I don't think I'm okay, and I don't think you're okay either, but I got the message, she was pretty happy about it. I was like, I don't know, I'm really not dealing with having this yet. But she was in a sense of freedom, and I think that's what that book was about. I wasn't quite ready to get it in my teenage years. But we go from a sense of body to an experience of what's my soul purpose, and we can go from what's known to what's felt. Kind of the head to the heart experience. All right? Okay. So if we want to talk about the mother of unity, we could talk about Myrtle Fillmore, which none of us would be here if it wasn't for Myrtle. And Myrtle moved from the sense of physical to the sense of metaphysical. Myrtle was told, forever that she was inheriting tuberculosis. Her family, had tuberculosis. Do you ever go to the doctor and they say, tell me about your family history? Right? They want to know, right? And this is maybe the reason you're not feeling well, because your whole family had this kind of thing. I want to let my light shine. What happened to our light? Okay. Anyway, hey. But you know how it goes, that they really want to know about your family history. And so there's a story already before you even get a chance to say, oh, I'm a child of God, which Myrtle said. I'm a child of God, and therefore I don't inherit sickness. Can you imagine saying that to your doctor? I'm a child of God, and therefore I don't inherit sickness. It's like, okay, there's no check mark on the chart for that. But that's what you should say, really, right? Because there's something that you're creating. You are the creator in action. So that your family's had whatever is, it could be some facts. But the truth is that you are, it's like, whatever, I'm not taking this personally. Yes. So the truth is that you are metaphysically beyond this diagnosis. And so Myrtle sat with that truth. She heard that affirmation, I'm a child of God and therefore I don't inherit sickness. And she had this big story from her family. You have tuberculosis, you're going to die of tuberculosis. This is what we do in this family. And she was starting to realize, like we were doing, that my family could be a spiritual connection, that I could have a relationship with my Creator that is God, that is about wellness rather than about illness. And she sat with that, sending love to her body. And this was not like one day. You know how we are. I'm going to do an affirmation a day or two, and then I'm over it, right? She sat with this day after day after day after day. And because her wellness consciousness became more strong than her illness consciousness, she shifted inside. And that is why we're all here, is because of Myrtle's healing, that her husband Charles went, excuse me, damn, that's amazing. So then he started writing about it. And then, they started having prayer groups and people coming together to have this conversation. And that's what we're still doing. They never planned on Unity being a church. They were like, let's just have these conversations because they're so empowering. But more people, how can you resist unconditional love? How can you resist wellness? All right, so that's why we're here, because of Myrtle. And I just want you to reflect on how loved you have been in this life. If we consider Mother Earth, this planet that loves us, and this synthesis that happens between the plants, how loved you already are and always have been. And it's so easy to get into this place because you've maybe thought, I'm only loved if I do this, if I do that. I wonder if we got out of the ifs and got more into the allowing people to be who they are, allowing ourselves to be who we are. So I made up this little tricky thing. It goes like this: if you get into the if, you're going to create a myth. This is deep stuff. But if you get into allow, you'll create a wow. All right? Yeah, she even did it, okay? So just practice that in your relationship, see how it goes. All right. Okay. So what Ruiz calls this, I know you're still amazed by the profoundness of that. I know. So I tell you that what we can do, the way we block love, is this idea of I'm right and you're wrong, or you're right and I'm wrong, and this conditional relationship, right? And so Ruiz says, perceiving yourself as a victim and another as a villain doesn't allow you to see the person who is actually standing before you. You don't see their story, their past, their heartbreaks, and how all of that has impacted their life and contributed to forming the person you're talking to. All you see through the fog of domestication, and this is the conditioned love, is that the person you have cast as the villain in your story isn't living up to the values you think they should. Do we ever do that? But when you see another with the eyes of unconditional love, you are then able to see clearly who is actually in front of you, a living being who is trying to survive and thrive in a world filled with domestication and conditional love. Unconditional love allows you to disagree with the choices or beliefs of others while still respecting their right to have them. All right? I just think that's worth breathing into, yeah? So, there's a lot of people in my family that need fixing, right? Lots of them. Do you agree, Mother? But so far, I have not been able to do it at all. So my mom and my sister came up with this thing, and you may want to try it because I found it amazing. They go, I'm Bennett, and I'm not in it. I'm like, what? But they do this thing that is about don't, allow people to be who they are. And watch, if we allow people to live as they are, it's not about condoning people's behavior, but it's about loving them, right? Not this conditional stuff, but unconditional stuff. Life has an amazing way of teaching me all the time. And I will tell you that one of the conditions I'd like to change in this world is the people that are homeless, that are on the streets. And it really bothers me, and I don't know how to deal with it sometimes. And I was with a friend of mine, and we were walking through Millennium Park, and a lady came up to us and asked for money, and he gave her a $20 bill, and I thought, well, I had my one. I gave her one. And so I was like, well, that's really great. And we stood there, and she talked away to us about this and that, and really wasn't making a lot of sense, but was just talking away. And then she walks off, and I was talking to him, and I said, I'm just troubled by this. There's so much help, and I wish people could find the help they need. And he looked, and I said, and I just don't know how money, if that's helpful, I don't know. And he looks at me and he says, Heidi, it's not about the money, it's about the moment. He said, we just spent time with this lady. He said, that's what we did. You know, we spent time with this lady. We gave her a moment of our presence. And she gave her a moment of her presence. And that's what was happening. And all of a sudden, it gave me this sense of so much peace about my power of unconditional love. Not my judgment, not what I know needs to happen, not how it needs to get fixed. It's just I was present. I was present. Let's practice this, all right? So I'd like you to close your eyes for a moment. And I'd like you to reflect on something in your life, either a person or a situation that needs to change. That needs to change. You're sure it does. And just reflect on it. And feel what you're feeling in your body as you think about what needs to change. Just feel it. Notice it. What's happening. And then I'd like you to say to that person or that situation silently in your heart, may you have peace. May you have peace. And surround that soul or that situation with white light. May you have peace. And I invite you to open your eyes. And I'd like you to notice how that shift, what happened in you when you just took 1 second to put unconditional love out into the world. Not needing the situation to change, but realizing that may you have peace shifts the way you feel, right? It's instant that you get out of being the judge and you get into being the allower. This was fast. Yesterday I was on Clark Street. I was missing our hugging day, and I was walking down Clark Street, and there was 2 homeless folks that asked me for some money, and I first of all, I walked past one, and then I realized I had a health bar in my purse, so I turned around, and I gave him a health bar, and then I said, and what's your name? And he said, I'm James, and I said, hi, James, I'm Heidi, and I shook his hand, you know, and then I went back to my car. And then I went to this other place, and I got out, and here was another guy, and he wanted some money, and he was sitting on the curb, so I gave him $1, and I said, what's your name? And he said, my name is Greg. And I said, Greg, what are you going to do today? And he says, well, after this, my bicycle's in the shop. I'm going to go ride my bicycle. And I'm like, God, that sounds like a great thing to do today. And I walked off, and I went, you know, I gave these people a moment. And who benefited? Me, right? You know, and it was fascinating to see how these people can be invisible to me, I don't have time for this, I'm irritated because I don't know what to do, you know, what should I do, and all this. It's not about that at all. It's just about being present. It's about moving from conditional to unconditional love. It's about the reason that I was born and the reason all of us are born. You know, Genesis tells us that we're created in the image of God. We are God in action. So is God going to ignore people, this infinite presence of love? Is that what God is doing through you? You know, I'll ask you, what is infinite love? What is infinite unconditional love wanting to do through you right now? Because it's going to be that weird thing. It's going to be that thing that somebody will say to you and you go, wow, my heart is closed to this. I am conditional around this. I do have a story about how this is not okay for me. And I want to be free. I want to move from this physicalness to the metaphysicalness. You know, Oprah tells us that with motherhood, she says, biology is the least of what makes someone a mother. I don't know what did she put up there? Oh, look how cute. Oh, Tammy always does this, right? So it's ducks following a dog. So biology is the least of what makes someone a mother. You know, and let's say gender. Sorry, you guys that wanted a sunflower, just grab a sunflower on your way out. But that the idea is that it is so much more than a female having a child, which is a beautiful thing. But it is really this mothering, this loving nature that we have, that I was really able to tap into yesterday by getting past my condition of things need to change. So what do you think unconditional love is asking of you right now? We have an affirmation, and here we go. Let's say this together, all right? Unconditional love is at the core of my being and all beings. My conditioned learned beliefs about love restrict its flow. I choose to allow every life circumstance to reveal to me how I can love without conditions. I can then experience the joy of my oneness with all that is. And let's breathe in, right? Every moment, every day, the universe loves you so much, you are going to be shown how you can open your heart more and more and more. And I tell you something really simple like what we just did. May you have peace, may you have love, is amazing. I want to share the story of one of our congregants because you all inspire me so much, and you all take these teachings and you go out in the world and great things happen. So I want to tell you about a family that is here today. This is from Stacy Magdanya. How is your last name? Maganya. Close. Not really. Okay. So Stacy Maganya. Yes. All right. So she says, as you remember, my mom suddenly became gravely ill last fall. It has been a beautiful and awakening journey watching her recover. There were days in which I was preparing my goodbye. During this time, I reached out to Unity, and we were added to the prayer requests. I called Silent Unity, put it on speaker, and the three of us held hands and prayed together with a stranger on the phone. The universal message in the prayer offered to us was very comforting. It strengthened our resolve and gave us hope. I used the lessons learned every Sunday to surround us with positive affirmations and ask for prayers of gratitude for her continued healing. Truly, without Unity as my foundation, I would not have had the tools to cope with such a devastating circumstance. I was enveloped by grace. My mom was discharged 5 months after she was first admitted to ICU in Nashville, where they were vacationing. Apart from a speech impediment that she continues to receive therapy for, she's healthy again. There have been so many miracles, so many blessings. This is all to let you know the impact Unity has had on us in this journey. Thank you very much. I'm grateful for all the energy that goes into the message. It's being received loud and clear. So, yes. So Stacy's going to come forward, but I wanted to welcome Ron and Judy Mueller, who are here, and boyfriend Michael McLean, and son Jonathan Maganya. And so Stacy, welcome, and God bless you. You're just such a sweetheart. And she's, yes. So you tell us about your fine self and your fine mom and dad and everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Thank you. When my grandmother passed away in 2007, my mom became the matriarch of her very large family. The oldest of the girls, she had to give up her high school education to help care for her younger siblings, and there are many. When she became sick this past August, they all showed up for her in countless ways. Her symptoms were such that she required 24/7 bedside presence. There was a period of time where she was trapped in her own body, and we refused to leave her side. I share this only to express the miracle that she is here with us today. Throughout the years, watching my mom and her relationships, I would judge her for being a pushover, for being too forgiving, for being weak. But she was never any of those things. In her illness, what I've grown to understand is that my mom was always making the choice to meet others where they were, the choice to love and accept everyone with no expectations or obligations. It became very clear for my dad and I when she became sick how everyone showed up for her. That she always had been extending an invitation to love, and they, in their simple presence, were accepting her invitation. I have heard that you can't stay angry if you are grateful, We tried our best every day to recognize the blessings during my mom's illness, and it did truly help. We were hooked into a frequency which allowed us to experience so much grace along the way. In reflecting what I might say this morning, the thought came to me that today should be Mothering Day, so that it includes everyone. Mothering shows up in Steve and the garden team and how they care for our beautiful land here at Unity. Mothering shows up in Tom and the prayer chaplains when they offer to share the weight of our heavy hearts in a prayer request. Mothering is how my partner Michael supported me in so many ways through my mom's illness. Mothering is how my 16-year-old son Jonathan stays with me in an embrace a second or two longer when he senses I can use it. And mothering is all the ways in which my dad showed up for my mom in this journey. His fierce protection and advocacy on her behalf, coupled with tender vulnerability, have been such a gift for me to witness as his daughter. Lastly, mothering is what you all did the weeks I came here for comfort and strength through those many challenging months. In addition to my mom and dad's love and strength this past year, it's this place and all of you that I wish to recognize on this Mothering Day. Thank you so much.
Did I say that unconditional love is also messy? It's tearful. Yes, it's beautiful. So thank you, Stacy, so much. And I hope you all just feel that sense of what this community does, what we do for each other. And through that, we can be present for one another. So this is the story. It is a Mothering Day. And it's this opportunity of moving from conditional love that doesn't allow us to be present for each other to unconditional love, which is in every single cell of your body. Let's say our affirmation one more time, all right? Unconditional love is at the core of my being and of all beings. My conditioned learned beliefs about love restrict its flow. I choose to allow every life circumstance to reveal to me how I can love without conditions. I can then experience the joy of my oneness with all that is. And let's breathe into that truth. And I just like to remind you that you are created in the image and likeness of all that is. That is your birthright. That is your divinity. That is happening. And we are the ones that can actually block that with the ifs of life. If I could be different, if my family could be different, if my life could be different. Let us move from that sense of physical to metaphysical and allow you to be that great soul that you're born to be. Because friends, you will do amazing things, right? All right, so give yourselves a hand for being the mother that you are. And here we go.
Things with the choice each new day brings, and with every breath you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you is found in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't have to know right now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. You don't have to work it out, just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, you're here to do amazing
All right. So let's just have a seat and be in that energy. Yeah, it's hard not to stand up. It was our meditation, Megan. Hello. Anyway, so fun. So let's just breathe into that amazing energy of Megan's voice, of spring, of mothering, of this blossoming that's happening all around us. I'm here to do amazing things. Really? I didn't know that. Thanks for reminding me. It's so powerful to see just in our exercise as this world that I need to be different, this place of separation is healed the moment I move from conditional to unconditional love. May you have peace. May you have joy. It's not about that other person. It comes from within you. And you have all the love you need. You always have. So let yourself be loved up by this world. Let yourself notice all the people and all of nature that just celebrates you being alive. And in that powerful place, you cannot help but do amazing things. So let's just breathe, and we'll be in the silence for just a moment, and we can listen to nature outside just loving us up. So we'll be in the silence, in the silence. That's right. You can't hold back celebration. So we breathe into this glorious moment, surrounded by the orchestra of nature. So blessed by Peter's music and just the wonderful way this community supports us. And so we go forth into our world feeling a little more open, a little more loving, a little more beyond just this body, coming into a sense of soul connection and soul purpose. To let our light shine, to know we are created in the image and likeness of this great creator that created all things. So we are part of how the world wakes up, and we just need to open our hearts. We will do and are doing amazing things. So I invite you to take the hands of your community. Our chaplains will be coming in, and we're just going to close with singing "We Will Do Amazing Things" 2 times through, just feeling that sense of the amazingness that's in every cell of your body.
Amazing, amazing. We will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. We will do amazing things. And so it is.
Let us take a deep breath in. And we're breathing in the divine life and unconditional love for all. And in this moment of unconditional love, let us say the names of all those who we hold dear in our hearts and wants to pray for. And then let us hold all in prayer all the names behind us and in front of you on the screen. And then let us extend our prayers into and throughout this congregation, thanking everyone and blessing everyone who serves on the staff, Rev Heidi and all the support staff, all the volunteers, and best of all of you for coming and in our extended family. Extending this out into the world, throughout the world. For love is unconditional, everywhere present. And we say thank you, God, for answered prayers here and now. Our prayer chaplains today are Holly, Tom, and myself, and Jeff. We will pray. We're delighted to pray with you in the Fillmore room over here to that side of the sanctuary. If you would prefer to pray in the sanctuary or somewhere else, let us know. We'd be delighted to accompany you. Their prayer box is always available for putting prayers in. We have the wellness call sheet for you to sign up for. And as I always ask, please make sure we can read your phone numbers. I have 3 people I can't read phone numbers. So thank you so much for that. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. That's so beautiful. And as we've heard, the prayers are very powerful. So take some time and go spend some time with the chaplain. They rock. Just saying. All right. So we are going to have a moment. Chris Yorex, our treasurer, is going to come up and bless us all and remind us about our abundance. So let's have a hand for Crest. Yes. Hey, you. You're doing amazing things. I'm telling you right now.
Yes.
All right.
It's the fun part of the service where we
Yes.
talk about the budget. So, happy Mother's Day to everyone. And I have to give a tip of the hat to my mother, Jean. She's been gone 13 years now, but the gifts that she gave me are come to light every day. And whenever I have a thought about a lack of abundance, I think of my mother as a 5-year-old selling apples on the street in New York City during the Great Depression. So just a couple of minutes about our finances. We are right now at this point about 20% below budget when it comes to our revenues. And so I have 3 requests for you. My first request is that you please make it a point to come to our events. We have so many coming up. We've got Unity Night next Sunday night. We've got Ina Pinkney. We've got Don Miguel Ruiz. And we have the psychic Thomas John. So the fundraising that we do through those events is very, very important. So please do put them on your calendar. And then I'm also asking to bring a friend with you. Secondly, my second request is that you join our Abundant Life program. When you regularly schedule your giving, it helps us immensely in managing our bills. And it's very simple to sign up. It's on the internet. You choose the amount. You choose whether it's credit card or your bank account, how many times a month. I'm going to be in the Sunshine Gallery after the service, so please come ask me about your questions. And then lastly, we ask that you take a look at your giving and consider increasing it by 20%. So, if your monthly giving is $20, that would be increasing to $24, $25. That would be greatly appreciated. It's, again, we are managing our expenses as tightly as we can, but when things like a broken pipe, which happened this week, it's a real kick in the stomach. So we will not be having the boiler on for the rest of spring. So if it's a cold Sunday in May, make sure you bring a coat. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. All right. So I'd say it's very divine order, This Sunday is finally we don't have to turn the heater on. Huh? Well, there you go. All right, but do stock up on your coats if we don't fix that pipe. Anyway, it's all good. All right, so we are going to really give from the sense of inspiration. Was it inspirational to be here today? Yes, right. So give from that place, all right? So just put your love offering, your tithe in your hand. No, you can give on a credit card, and if you give an abundant life, we know you're just giving automatically. So put your hands together in whatever way. But it's important just to put your hands together. And I'd like you guys to hold a vision of our continued thriving as a community, because we know thriving happens in our hearts. It happens in our energy. It happens in our generosity, and we are that. So there is nothing that is lacking about who we are as a community. So we give from that place. All right, and so let's say together our affirmation about that divine flow richly flowing through you. Let's do it again. Divine love richly flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful for the blessings of this day. I am grateful for the blessings on the way, and thank you for this day. You can clap.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing day. this healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my help, Spirit, thank you for my help. Thank you for my help, Spirit, thank you for my help. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant help. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant help. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit, thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit, thank you for my wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent wealth. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day.
Yay. All right. Man, Sarah and Bill, that song sounds so much better with you guys. Our little classes, we're like, come on, everybody, snap. So thank you all. That's so fun. Megan, you're a blast. And that baby is on it. I'm loving it. All right. So let's just breathe into generosity and wellness and gratitude and repeat after me. I am gratitude in action.
I am gratitude in action.
I am unconditional love.
I am unconditional love.
I give generously. I receive gratefully. And all is well. Aho. I know you always say that. So anyway, all right. Well, I am so glad. Chris, thank you for doing some of the ads here. We are having on your pink sheet has all of the 4 folks that are showing up here soon. And again, thanks for coming to all of them. You know, there's a unity message in everything, even in the drag queen show, yes. So Lady X is our first one. It's next Sunday is our Unity night, and half of every ticket, but thank you God for David Serta, who gives us half of every ticket that comes in, yes. So the company is called Hell in a Handbag, and they made us a little video. So it's next Sunday at 6 o'clock. You can get your tickets right over here today. I'm doing a cameo. That's either the really good news for you or not, but you should come. All right, so here we go. Next Sunday at 6.
This is Scarlett Fontanelli and my sidekick Abe, and we're waiting for everybody here at Unity to come see Lady X the musical with our special guest star, Reverend Heidi. Reverend.
Yeah, well, you might take a trip to the bottom of Lake Michigan, right, Scarlett?
See you then.
Hello, fools. This is Mary Dwight, the star of this here show, Lady X the musical, and I can't wait to see all of you Unity folks at Unity Night starring Reverend Heidi. We'll sure show you a good time.
Hi, this is Mr. Crandall, Heidi's ex. I can't wait to see her and all the lovely ladies for Unity Night at Lady X the musical.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amy Lou, and I can't wait to see all of you here on Unity Day with Reverend Heidi. We're going to have a great time. It'll be a bang.
Oh, wait, don't forget about me, Estelle. I like what she said.
What's the name of the play?
Lady X.
Ah!
All right. So we have a online service today. Dan Ray's over there, so you can buy your tickets right here. And yes, so, there you go. So next Sunday at 6 o'clock. Be there. And you'll look, Ina Pinkney is coming, and then we have Don Miguel Ruiz. This book is for sale. My class is starting on Thursday, and that's when we're really going to get into the book. So it's called Mastery of Self. We ordered some new ones. People wanted it. So, and then come Thursday night. The class starts Thursday night in the library. Does anybody not want to know how to master their fine self, right? Okay, so come in and experience that book. And let's see here. So you've got that. Okay, who's here for the first time today? If you'll raise your hand, we have a flower for you. Is anybody here for the first time? That's great. I know, it's going to be multiple flowers. All right. So our welcome team is bringing the flowers around. Is anybody here for the second or third time? If you could raise your hand, we love that too, yeah? So, all right. All right, so I'll tell you that we have our welcome team is upstairs. We have some treats, and if you're here for the first, second, or third time, we'd love to give you a Unity bag that you can save 7 cents every time you go shopping. And if it's the fourth time on, you get to purchase it, and it's $7 for one and $10 for two. All right, so that is that. Please, please, please read your bulletin. Everything's in there that you need to know, and was there. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else, Brian, before I get out of here. I think that's it. Here's the cards for Lady X, and all right. Sorry, okay. So upstairs. Oh, listen. Yes, next Sunday is Youth Run Day. The youth does the service. It's so inspirational. They've been practicing. So come next Sunday for sure. Would you like to talk about planting? Yes, this Saturday. If you want to do some unconditional love, who likes our garden? Right? Okay. So Kelly's going to tell us two things this Saturday. Come and yeah, there you go.
Hi. I came up here the other week and promoted May. Does anyone remember the date? 20th. Thank you. For the Garden Day. So a lot of people came up to me and said, well, you need to sing a new song. I'm like, ooh, how do I compete with the man with the bunny ears the last time and now with Megan? How do I compete? But I'm a girl up for a challenge, so here we go. Ready? Ready. Here's my song. Do you remember this one? Doodly-da-da-dee-da-a-doo-doo-doo. He comes to the garden, yes, he... So we're not going to sing that one. But what we are going to sing, a friend said, that doesn't deal with a garden. It deals with a bird and a tree. So I'm not going to sing that one. The other one they said to sing was, I come to the garden alone, the dew is still on the... But the problem with that song, it's about coming to the garden alone, right? We don't want to come to the garden alone here at Unity. We want to come with all of you. And what was the key number last time that I sang about a inchworm? Remember? Inchworm, inchworm, measuring the marigolds. You and your arithmetic, you'll probably go far. My favorite part, ready? Bum, bum, bum. 2 and 2 are 4 and 4 are 8 and 8 are 16 and 16 are, and that's the number we're looking for. So come and join us May 20th.
Thank you. Okay. So they have lunch, so 9 o'clock, show up for the garden team. You don't have to be able to sing. Okay, there you go. I do want to welcome Aaron and Charlie. After our hug day, they came to church. So you guys stand up, yeah? So there we go, yeah. Yeah, there we go. All right. That was unconditional love. All right, here we go. Brian Fallon, thank you so much.
I promise I won't sing. Yeah, really, yeah. I just want to do a plug for Lady X. We saw it last weekend. It is absolutely wonderful. It's a great show. So we're actually going to see it again. So hope to see a lot of you there. Today's beautiful flowers that you see behind us today were donated by Diane Valletta in celebration of her 70th birthday. She's had work done. Diane writes, can you imagine us years from today sharing a park bench quietly? How terribly strange to be 70. When Simon and Garfunkel sang those words back in the 60s, age 70 seemed an impossibly long way off. But now, suddenly, that milestone is only one day away. And it feels not like an end, but like a promising new beginning. Thanks to Unity and my Unity family for the last 20 years of acceptance, growth, and possibility. And special thanks to my mother, Rosalie, who made it all happen. Happy Mother's Day, Mom, and happy birthday, Diane. She even got her brother to come visit today. If you'd like to donate flowers for your special occasion, July dates are available, so please stop by the information desk or email mickey@unitychicago.org to reserve a date. Just a few announcements. The Pet Ministry is here, as you know, each Sunday with pets in need of foster or forever homes. You can see Carol Stiegel for more information on how you can take in a pet or otherwise support this wonderful ministry. A lot of the treats that we have downstairs when you buy those support the Pet Ministry. Join us this Wednesday, May 17th, for our midweek meditation, which will be offered this week again by our Unity Prayer Chaplain, Eva Jackson, at 6:15. Our monthly Taizé service, offered on the third Wednesday of every month, begins at 7 p.m. Our Taizé team, which includes Char Bennington, Fred Mahaffey, and myself, offers a contemplative service of music, meditation, a 12-hour reading, candle lighting, and blessedly sweet silence. Please note that there will be no Taizé service in June, on June 21st, because there will be a didgeridoo concert, and that will be, I believe, maybe out in the garden. The Many Paths One Source Islam site visit is this Sunday, May 20th, from 11:30 to 1:30. Make sure you RSVP by text or email to Joe Zeffrin if you're planning to attend. The back of the bulletin has all of the event details and Joe's contact information. You can help us have fewer announcements. I know you don't want fewer, but by connecting to Unity in Chicago in the following ways. You can visit us regularly online at unitychicago.org. You can sign up for the email, in the e-newsletter rather, at the base of the stairs or at any Unity table, and be sure to open it. We need to update. Is it still only 17% of the people are opening it? Okay, so let's change that number, okay? Let's get it up higher. And then, of course, read your bulletin. And we have one more song from Megan McDonough. Thank you, Megan.
All right. Well, this was a request from your own Reverend Heidi. Actually, it was a suggestion of a song. I like it so much, I wish I'd written it. But in fact, it's written by Carrie Musgraves, a wonderful Nashville singer-songwriter. And, well, I think you'll pick it up easily, and I always encourage singing along. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're there for your first year, they give you your first beer. When your heart gets broke, then they're there for your worst year. Don't get you at all, but your apple don't fall too far from 'em. They own too much wicker and drink too much liquor. You'd wash your hands of 'em, but blood's always thicker. You might look just like 'em, but that don't mean you're like 'em, but you love 'em. Family is family in church or in prison. You get what you get and you don't have to pick 'em. They might smoke like chimneys, but give you their kidneys. Yeah, friends come in handy, but family is family. They're there when you're married, divorced and remarried. You fall out of touch, but then someone gets buried. You're right back together like no time has ever gone by. Can't live with or without 'em. You might talk about 'em, but if someone else does, well, you'll knock 'em out. 'Cause when it's all said and done, they're the only ones that you got. Yeah, family is family. They'll ask you for money, even
even when you know you ain't got no money. They show up at Christmas, get up in your business. They might not be fancy, but family is family. Family is family in church or in prison. You get what you get and you don't get to pick 'em.
They might smoke like chimneys, but you eat their kidney. Your
Friends come in handy, but family is family. Come on, sing along one more time, and here we go. Family is family in church or in prison. You get what you get, and you don't get to pick 'em. They might smoke like chimneys, but give you their kidneys. Yeah, friends come in handy, but family is family. Ah, what is family? Family is family. Woo! Well, thanks so much.
Our kids coming? I think we have kids. And anyway, thank you, Megan McDonough. And Megan will be in the Sunshine Gallery. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. All right. So here come our kids. Yes. Woo. All right. Wow. Beautiful. I want to thank Julia Bunn, who brought flowers, and all of our youth directors and helpers, and yeah, I'm about to run into you. So are y'all good? We're just going to sing our weave going out of here. Let's see, we've got our affirmation. We'll say this one more time. I know, are y'all doing some songy? No. Okay, y'all going to say Happy Mother's Day? Yeah, okay, I like it. Now, did y'all want to give your flowers to your moms? Oh gosh, I'll shut up. Thank you. So much for my time thing. Thank you. Oh, wow. Do y'all want to take your flowers to your moms? Were y'all going to do something with those ukuleles or just look Hawaiian? Ever. Yes. All right. And it's next Sunday. All right. I love it. Okay. So why don't we say, oh, yep.
Should we just have moms raise your hands if you're here to get your kids' flower. And go ahead and give your mom your flower, and then we can speak together.
All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, y'all are great. Okay, so here, let's do our affirmation, and then we'll be weaving. All right, here we go. Oh, wait, wait, David, wait, we're doing our affirmation. Here we go. Okay, we got to just do it. Okay, here we go. Unconditional. Here we go. Unconditional love is at the core of my being and of all beings. My conditioned learned beliefs about love restrict its flow. I choose to allow every life circumstance to reveal to me how I can love without conditions. I can then experience the joy of my oneness with all that is. So let's stand up and happy Mother's Day.
take each. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love. The power of God protects us. I am the power. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence. Where we are, God